Hello everyone. 안녕하세요. How are you? 반갑습니다. I am your professor, Professor Keith Richer. Nice to see you again. So in this section of the video, we are going to go over some of the content for this course, English presentation for spring of 2021. Now, if you have the syllabus, you can find the syllabus on UClass and you can follow along with that syllabus. It is pretty similar. I'm just going to go through this and kind of explain in more detail some of the parts of the syllabus so that you can understand. So please pay attention, listen. There's some important information in here that you want to know before we get started. So let's go ahead and continue. I will go on to the next slide for English presentation class. So our class format. All right, so the class format at the beginning of this semester. We are going to start this week with a YouTube lecture, which you are watching now. Yay! So if you're watching YouTube, you are doing it correctly. So the first week we will do YouTube. And then after this week, we will be going to live Zoom class. So you are expected to attend class live on Zoom every week at your scheduled time. You can find that Zoom link in UClass. It will be the same every week. So please do that. So a little bit about me. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. I will also do an introduction video a little bit later. But my name is Keith Richer, so that pronunciation is Keith Richer. You can just call me Mr. Richer if you want. That works just great. So I'm your professor. You can contact me via email at englishprofessorkeith@gmail.com. Please send me an email there for communication. And we can also talk in my office hours. Office hours will be on Zoom. So my office hours now are Thursday, 12:50 to 1:50, available on Zoom. But really, if you want to make an appointment with me, that is okie dokie, all right. So if you want to send me an email, make an appointment, we can schedule a time to talk. So how to communicate with me. I'm going to talk about my preference, what I prefer. So please send me an email at my email address. This is the best way, all right? Because it's very clear and organized and I can see your information. UClass, 안 좋아요. I don't like UClass message system very much because it doesn't give me your information. It doesn't give me your student number or your class information. So I don't know who you are. So please don't send UClass message. Please send an email to me. Now, how we do that, how to write an email to me, I need four things to identify you and your class and your situation. So I need your subject, your reason for your email. I need you to write your full name. If you're Korean, you can write it in Hangul or English, either is fine. I need your student ID number, 학번, I believe, so your student ID number, and your presentation class information. This is your class number. Your class number tells me your time and day of your class so I know which class you are in. So here's the class information, right? So this is one of your classes depending on your schedule. So please find which class you are in and remember this number. This number is your number. It's very important. So let's take a look at what that means to include those four items. So your class information, you can see here we have some different classes. So please find which class you are in according to your class time. So if you're Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, and it is commonly connected to some common majors. And then here you can find your class number. All right. So when you know your class number, please include that, right? So remember your class number for the future. So when you send me an email, this is what I want it to look like. So for example, you send an email to me. Let's say your name is Han Gil-dong, oh, very famous, and you have a question about the homework. So you have your to, from, and subject. And when you write the email, this is very important. So please, when you are writing the email, hello, Mr. Richer, you're addressing me, and then you include your name, your student ID number, and your class number. All right, then you can tell me what your question is, and then please say goodbye with your name so I know who you are. So again, 4 things very important when you send an email. Your subject, your reason, you, why are you sending me this email? Please give me some information. And then of course your name, I need to know who you are, so please give me your full name, your student ID number, and your class number. All right. These 4 things are very important, guys. Without this, I can't help you. Okay, so you need to give me this information so I can help you fast and I can help you efficiently. So please include those in your email. Okie dokie. Nice. A little example of an email here. Again, we can see Kang Ho-dong, student number, and class number. That information is very helpful. So let's talk about English presentation class a little bit. I know some of you might be nervous to be giving an English presentation. Oh my God, kimchi, that's going to be very difficult. Not really. These are going to be short presentations, and we're doing presentations for your benefit, for your future, and for your skills. So why study English? Well, English, as we know, is an international language. It is used all over the world. So it's good to know English for travel, for a better career so you can get a better job in the future, or to make new friends, right? International language, everybody can share that communication. So that's a good reason to study English. Why English presentation, you might ask? Why are we doing English presentation? Well, there are many reasons. As you know, English in Korea is very important for your job. And it's also good for just self-improvement. It opens a lot of opportunities and doors in your life. You can increase your confidence. You can learn a new skill, and you can prepare for your future job, right? So these are 3 good reasons to get good at presentation skills. All right, so find out why you think English could help you and why you think presentations could help you in the future. Class materials. So let's talk about some very important things that we need for this class. Obviously, you will need your textbook. So please go out and buy this textbook. You will need this textbook in class. If you don't have the textbook, you cannot be successful in the class. So please go out and buy it. It is not expensive. You will also need a Zoom account and learn how to use Zoom. You will need a YouTube channel or YouTube links that you can send. You will need PowerPoint because you will be making PowerPoint presentations, and you will need an email address. All right, I prefer Gmail. I think it's really good. I recommend it to you also. And it must be your email. You cannot use your father's email or your mother's email or your friend's email or a class email. Go out, make an email address, and use it for school. All right. My recommendation for your email is just your name and your student number at gmail.com, and that would be really good. So please do that. Recommendations, I think you will need some headphones or earphones to help you hear during class and speak. That's a very good idea. You will need a webcam or some kind of video equipment that you can use for class and for your video recordings. And you will need some sort of computer. Notebook is best, or desktop is also good. You will be doing a lot of stuff with PowerPoint, so it is best to have a notebook or desktop available for that. Now, there are PC rooms available in the university that you can use. Please check the notifications about that information. So let's talk about the points for this semester, okay? There are going to be 100 points total, 100 points total for this class, and this will be broken down into different ways. So you can see here we will have points for attendance, presentations. There will be 6 presentations with different values, and we see those 6 presentations, 10 points for homework, your midterm will be 15, and your final exam will be 15. All right, so please remember that, and let's take a look at the distribution here. So we can see Attendance, presentation 1, presentation 2, presentation 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that is a good chunk of your grade. That is about half of your grade. And then your homework, your midterm, your final exam, and your attendance are all the other 50%. So those are going to be the points for this semester. Grading. So your grade at the end of the semester will depend on your total points scored and your student rank, a combination of both of those. So basically, if you get the top level points in the class, you will get the top score in the class, and that's going to be depending on your rank. Nice. All right, so let's talk about attendance a little bit. So attendance, very important. You need to arrive to Zoom class a few minutes before. I know we think, oh, online class, I can just open the link and enter. Please don't do that. Please come to class about 5 minutes early if you can to get prepared for your Zoom class. You can check your sound, check your video, make sure you have battery, all of that stuff. Please arrive on time. If you are late, it will be -1 point. If you are very late, it will be -2 points. If you are absent, it is -2 points. And very importantly, guys, here, if you miss 6 times or more, that is going to be an automatic fail, an automatic F grade. So please don't do that. Okay, so if you ever have a question about your attendance, you can talk to me or email me. Attendance will be taken at the beginning and the end of each class. Like I said, arriving late is -1 point, very late is -2 points. Now, some excused absences. If you have some excused reason, here are 4 of the common reasons for excused absences. All right, excused means it's okay because maybe you had to go to the hospital for an illness or emergency. You must submit a doctor's note to me within 1 week. Or if you have to go to military training, that is fine. Please submit a document to me within 1 week. And if you have to go to a family member's funeral, that is okay. Or if you have an authorized reason from the Dean of Student Affairs, you must submit a note. All right, so main thing, guys, is to communicate with me. If you can, please communicate before the class. If you can't, please communicate after the class. Send me your evidence, send me your note, and I will adjust your attendance for that week. All right? So, you must send that within 1 week. Within 1 week, you must send that evidence. All right, let's continue along here. So this is a presentation class. Like I said, we will have 6 presentations in this class. If you have any questions, please review the syllabus for more information. I'm going to talk about this right now, and we'll talk about it on the syllabus as well. So, presentations. There will be 6 presentations that you will give during this semester. We will focus on developing your presentation skills using PPT, using your voice, using gestures, and how to write a presentation with script and outline. The content we will focus on are introductions, the body of your presentation, and conclusions, right? So we're going to be writing some of these things and developing outlines and thinking about how to develop content. Your presentation development, you will make an outline, you'll make scripts, and you will make PPTs for your presentations. The time is not that much, guys, so don't worry about it. It's only 2 to 3 minutes for the presentations. All right, that goes by pretty quickly. Most of you guys already did some video recordings, 2 minutes minimum last semester, so it's not too difficult. It goes by very quickly, so you can do it. Don't worry. Fighting! And we will be giving presentations to each other, students in small groups, and the final presentation is in front of the entire class. Don't worry, don't be nervous, you can do it. You will be submitting your presentation videos via YouTube links, okay, because YouTube is the most secure and the best format to submit your videos. Sometimes with a file, there's many problems in uClass, so I recommend using a YouTube link. Make a channel. You can make it unlisted, which means nobody can find your channel. Only people with your link can find your content. So you don't have to worry about your privacy or random people seeing your video. Right? It's not possible. So you can send a YouTube link and it is okay. So please do that. And then we're going to give each other feedback. So you need to give feedback to your classmates, to your friends, what you think was good or what you think was not so good about their presentation, so that everybody can improve their presentation skills. And last thing, you will complete self-evaluation forms. That is kind of giving yourself a score. How did I do? I think I did good on this part. I think I did bad on that part. So you're evaluating yourself, giving yourself a score. All right, so this is the basic idea of our presentation class. Let's talk a little bit more about it. So like I said, presentations are 50% of your total grade, so they are very important. Please don't ignore those. So here we can see the first 3 presentations. You can view this on your syllabus. You can see some of the different aspects of presentations. Here's the topic, talking about a good friend. This will be in a partner rotation, which means we will change partners. 2 minutes minimum. We'll focus on introduction and conclusion, making eye contact, and using note cards. So you will need some note cards or some sticky notes to help you make your ideas and remember them. Presentation 2 is going to be your favorite place. Presentation 3 is going to be a prized possession. So that is something that you own, that you really love, your favorite thing that you own. And then we'll move on to presentation 4, which is going to be a very memorable experience. So something that you remembered, an experience that you had that was very lovely. And in this situation, we will do small groups, which means about 3 to 5 people, okay? And we'll be focusing on openers and closers, and this one will be 3 minutes long, emphasizing your voice. Presentation 5 is a how-to video, how to make something or how to do something. These will also be in small groups in 3 minutes minimum. And then presentation 6 is going to be a movie or TV show review. All right, and those will also be in small groups. So like you can see, guys, these topics are not super difficult. These topics are pretty easy, pretty general. So don't worry about it too much. You're going to do great. We're just going to have good presentations about basic topics, things that you like and things that you enjoy. So, like I said, your presentations will be given on Zoom. All right, you will practice with your partners on Zoom. You must make a PowerPoint for each presentation, and then you will submit your presentation video as your homework. So like I said, there'll be 6 presentations, different topics. We will have different focus each week. We will have different presentation skills that we practice each week. And our time requirement will be 2 or 3 minutes minimum each week, and our audience will change each week. Sometimes we'll do partners, sometimes we'll do small groups, and the final exam is the whole class. Wow. So let's take a look at just an example I've already showed you. For example, presentation 1, talk about a good friend. That score is going to be worth 5% of your grade. So the audience will be partners. Time will be 2 minutes minimum. Your focus will be on your introduction and your conclusion of your speech. And the skills we are focusing on are eye contact and using note cards during your speech. So, very important here. 집중하세요. Class style. There are 2 parts to each class, 2 parts to each unit. So let's talk about those so that you understand what is happening in our semester. So please, if you're looking at your smartphone, if you're on KakaoTalk, if you're on Instagram right now, Hajima, Hajima. Let's go in and talk about this class. So a little bit, 조금 집중하세요. Please focus. So there'll be two parts to the class. All right, there'll be a textbook class. Okay, so part one is textbook class. We'll talk about the lecture, textbook content, brainstorming, which is thinking about ideas, planning, and preparation. The next part is going to be the presentation class. So that's going to be presentation practice, student interaction, participation, getting some feedback, activities, and those types of things. Okay, so there's two parts. Now, more importantly, each unit will be 2 weeks long. Let me repeat. Each unit will be 2 weeks. Each unit will be 2 weeks. So 2 parts, 2 weeks. So let's take a look at that. So for example, up here we have unit 1, right? Unit 1 we will start in week 2. Okay, so part 1 will be our textbook class. All right, that's going to be our textbook class in week 2. In textbook class, we'll do the lecture, we'll do the content, and we'll begin preparing. We do have some homework for unit 1, or for part 1, but it is just recommended. It is not required, it is recommended. You write an outline, you write your script, and you make your PPT. Then, the next week, we will have part 2, our presentation class, which will practice the presentation, we'll do group activities, and we'll get feedback. So that week, you do have homework. It is required. Required homework, record a presentation, create a YouTube link, and then submit that presentation to UClass for your assignment. All right, so very important to know that each unit has 2 weeks of content. All right. Your assignment submission, you must submit your homework before the deadline. Late submissions will be 0 points. I'm sorry, you have 2 weeks to do your homework. That should be plenty of time. Presentation and homework deadline is going to be midnight before the next day of class. All right, so midnight before your next day of class. So you have 1 week to finish those assignments. So if you're looking at your clock and you're thinking, oh my God, it's almost midnight before the next day of class. Did I submit my homework? 숙제제주 했어? Oh my God. So just remember you have your assignment due midnight before the next day of class. So please remember that, guys. Submit it beforehand and you'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. So how to submit presentation videos. Like I said, we will use YouTube because there are a lot of problems with files in UClass. So we want to use YouTube because it's safe, secure, efficient, and effective. So make a video of your presentation and then upload your video to your YouTube channel. Now remember, guys, you can make an unlisted channel. What that means is that nobody can see your channel. Nobody can view your channel. But if you send me a link, I can see your video. Just me. All right, so that's no problem. You don't have to worry about your privacy. So submit your video link to UClass on the assignment page, and that'll be great. So some information about these video presentations. So like I said before, just to improve the video file submission, we're going to do YouTube links for this semester. So please remember that. They just work really well. So please read this, and we'll do that later. All right, so let's talk about your homework. So we do have a little bit of homework outside of the presentations that we're going to be doing. So I do expect you to prepare your PowerPoint before class. So come to class with a PowerPoint ready because you will be talking with your classmates about your presentation. The Writing Center, you will need to go to the Writing Center 1 time in the semester to get points for that, just 1 time to get points. And self-evaluations you will do, basically those are evaluations in the textbook. You must submit that information on UClass. The Writing Center is a service provided to students. Foreign professors help students with their writing. So it's very useful. You can submit your previous presentation, your previous script, and get some feedback on your presentation about how you can do it better the next time. Okay? So each student must attend a Writing Center 1 time. You do that 1 time, that's 4% of your grade. Writing Center is on Zoom, so you will meet a foreign professor on Zoom. You can choose the foreign professor, you can choose your time. You must make an appointment yourself and review your script and improve your script writing, okay? So you have to give a past script to the professor, and you can talk to the professor about your writing, your script, and then next time you can improve your writing. Self-evaluation. Self-evaluations are you are evaluating yourself. How did I do? What were my strengths? What were my weaknesses? You got 4 evaluations, 1 point each for a total of 4 points. There are questions related to your presentation, so just be honest with yourself, find your strengths, your weaknesses, and focus on improving. Midterm exam is 15%. Midterm will be a writing exam that will be held online, okay, and that will be in week 8 of the semester. Your final exam will be a presentation given to the class. Each student must give a 3-minute presentation based on your major, related to your major. So if your major is engineering, you need to give a presentation something about engineering. If your major is law or police or architecture, you need to give a presentation of something about something related to your major. We'll talk more about that later, but that will be in front of class and that will be on Zoom. So that will be in week 15 or 16 at the end of this semester. The schedule, guys, the schedule is going to be posted on the syllabus on UClass, so please check that out. Now remember, the schedule could change and the content could change. This is the first time we are doing this class, so things are going to change a little bit, but it should be pretty simple. And makeup classes for holidays will be on Saturdays. Wah, wah, wah. 나도 안 좋아요. 싫어요. 근데 I can't do anything about that. That is the university's choice. So please be aware of that. Homework this week. 숙제. 집중하세요. 숙제. We got some homework for this week. It is an introduction video. Yes, you are going to give a video so your classmates can get to know you and you can get to know your classmates. So pretty easy, guys, 1 to 2 minutes long. Introduce yourself, talk about your name, your hometown, your major, your hobbies, interest, your favorite food, your favorite drink, things you like to do, okay, and just submit that, and that'll be it. So you submit your video link to the UClass, and then be sure to watch at least 3 other videos and comment on 3 other videos to get your score for your homework in week 1. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please review this video and send me an email if you don't understand, and I'll do my best to explain. Please check out the other videos posted on UClass. I'll talk about how to do your homework this week and also how to make a PPT presentation with the video, just like this, just like you're watching. And there'll be other stuff posted on UClass, so please check that out. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you next week, and we will have a great semester, I promise.